There are many different ways to measure how good a car is, and for the most part these ways are subjective, but when it comes to absolute speed there can only be one fastest production car. The title has changed many times over the last decade, and with cars like the upcoming Hennessey Venom F5, with a claimed top speed of over 300 miles per hour, it's set to keep changing hands more and more frequently, so I reckon this list won't stay accurate for very long. However, you can't get your hands on one of those just yet, so in the meantime, let's look at the 10 fastest production cars in the world right now. Pagani Huayra. The successor to the game-changing Zonda, the Huayra comes from Italian speedmaster Horacio Pagani and is named after Huayra Tata, a Quechua wind god. Fitting considering the 720 horsepower comes from a twin-turbocharged Mercedes AMG V12. A 7-speed single-clutch gearbox puts down the power while delivering chunky, whiplash-inducing shifts, allowing you to scream from 0 to 60 in a mere 2.8 seconds and all the way up to 238 miles per hour. McLaren F1. The iconic 3-seater from McLaren was a revolutionary game-changer from the brilliant mind of its creator, Gordon Murray. First built in 1993, it was the first carbon fiber-bodied production car ever built, and featured a 6.1-litre V12 from BMW that was good for 618 horsepower. For the then expensive, now bargain price of £500,000, or about $650,000 US, you were rewarded with blistering speed, 0 to 60 in 3.2 seconds and 0 to 100 miles per hour in 6.3 seconds. Simply mental performance figures. When it officially set the world speed record back in 1998, the 240.1 mile per hour run remained top dog until 2005, when the next car on our list finally took the crown. Koenigsegg CCR. Koenigsegg's first entry on this list, the CCR was the fastest iteration of their CC range of supercars. With twin superchargers, the CCR produces 806 horsepower, propelling to an awe-inspiring top speed of 241 miles per hour. At its debut, Koenigsegg claimed the CCR to be the fastest production car in the world, a claim that it proved later in 2005 when it ran to a top speed of 241 miles per hour, breaking the record held by the McLaren F1 since 1993. Saleen S7 Twin Turbo. The Saleen S7 is an American hand-built high-performance supercar designed and built by Saleen Automotive. It originally came out all the way back in 2000 and featured a 7-litre naturally aspirated Ford engine that put out 550 horsepower, a crazy number for the time. In 2005 it was updated with a twin-turbo version which upped the power to an even crazier 750 horsepower. Giving it the 248 miles per hour top speed that puts it on this list. Bugatti Veyron. When Bugatti launched the Veyron in 2005, it represented a number of firsts, including fastest, most powerful, and most expensive car available. Behind your head, an enormous 8-litre W16 engine generates 1001 horsepower and a staggering 921 pound-feet of torque. That'll rocket you to 60 in 2.5 seconds, 124 in 7.3, 186 in 16.7, and if you've got the guts, all the way up to 253.8 miles per hour. Shelby Supercars Ultimate. The 2007 Shelby Supercars Ultimate Aero TT may not have the most catchy name, but it does have a Guinness Book of World Records verified top speed of 256.18 miles per hour. That record has since been broken, but that doesn't take anything away from this fully carbon fiber-bodied behemoth. Power comes from a twin-turbocharged Corvette C5R V8, tuned to produce more than 1100 horsepower and 1094 pound-feet of torque. The rip to 60 is 2.7 seconds, and stopping the land missile is aided by twin air brakes that pop up from the rear wings. Bugatti Veyron Supersport. Here's another Bugatti, this one built back in 2010 for the sole purpose of securing the accolade of the fastest production car ever built. And the Veyron Supersport achieved it, per Guinness. From the same W12 engine, engineers managed to pull out an additional 180 horsepower, bringing the grand total to 1184 horsepower. To unlock the potential for max speed, you'll need a second key that'll unlock access to the entire engine. Hennessey Venom GT. John Hennessey's performance group has been taking production cars from other companies and squeezing as much power out of them as possible. This obsession of speed and power is evident by the Hennessey Venom GT. The chassis may seem familiar since it is almost exactly the Lotus Exige. Under the bonnet, however, is anything but. Packing a 7-litre twin-turbo V8 producing over 1200 horsepower, the Venom ran a 270.4 miles per hour at the Kennedy Space Center's landing strip. But like some other entries on this list, only in one direction. Both directions are required for an official record-holding run, but in all honesty, I don't care. The speed was recorded, and so in my books, it's official. Koenigsegg Agera RS. In November of 2017, a Koenigsegg Agera RS running E85, meaning it was getting 1360 horsepower, was driven by a factory driver to a two-way average speed of 277.8 miles per hour on an 11-mile strip of closed road in Nevada. The car, owned by a customer who suggested the feat, actually hit 284.5 miles per hour during the record attempt, which is staggering. It gained a few other records too, like the fastest 0 to 250 to 0 time, the highest average speed during the flying kilometer, and the flying mile on a public road. Bugatti Chiron Supersport. When Bugatti first launched the Chiron, it unveiled the speedometer which went past a ridiculous 300 miles per hour. This got a lot of people speculating that the 300 miles per hour barrier would finally be broken by a production car. In the beginning, Bugatti bosses said they wouldn't do a top speed run, but after Koenigsegg returned to the #1 spot with their Agera RS, no doubt Volkswagen was motivated to show what they could really do. So they collaborated with Michelin tires to produce some very special rubber for the Supersport version of the Chiron. For the safety of the driver, they had to make sure that the tires would hold up under the insane speed that the Chiron could accomplish, and that's exactly what they did. They tested the tires not on a car, but on a plane, making sure that the tires would not be the bottleneck. The Chiron Supersport topped out at a mind-boggling 304 miles per hour at the Volkswagen Group test track. How long do you think the Chiron can hold on to its crown, and what will be the car to knock it off the #1 spot? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching as always. If you enjoyed the video, please leave us a like and make sure to subscribe to stay up to date with new videos. See you next time.